Alright, we're going to look at two news stories. Jeez, cat, why do you do it? Ah, you shithead. You always got to tread on me stuff. Well, anyway. Nine News. And another one on 7 or something, and then another one on Sky. Two sort of related, one sort of not, but yes it is. Just I'm going to tell you what I think it's all about. It's not what they're saying.
The Premier has given police special powers as they prepare for the arrival of Israel's president. But as we go to air tonight, those powers are being challenged in the Supreme Court. Isaac Herzog is coming to meet with the victims' families of the Bondi terror attack. His visit shutting down streets from the city to the eastern suburbs.
A ring of steel going up in the CBD, mesh fences and road closures around the City Hotel where the Israeli president will be staying from tomorrow. Across most of the city and much of the eastern suburbs, including Bondi, police will be able to use additional powers to close streets and order people to move on. The first time such powers have been used for a foreign dignitary. The president's visit turning the city into a no-go zone.
Our overall message to commuters and to people who work in the city is if you can stay away tomorrow afternoon, it is best to do so.
Right, so now, still think this is your country, do you? Seriously? Who the fuck do they think they are to tell us where we can and can't go, in our own country? Because of some there is a desired outcome from this, and I'm going to show you. Hang on.
President Isaac Herzog arrives tomorrow morning and will later join members of the Jewish community to remember those killed in the Bondi attack. At 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, the Palestinian Action Group are planning a large protest starting at Town Hall and marching to Parliament.
Where do the flags come from? This is a sponsored march, people. Right, look. Tomorrow they're planning a march, but they've got a display to show us today. Think about it.
House, that would be in breach of the extended police powers.
I do have concerns about the size of Town Hall, the possibility of overflow into public areas,
Get off
which
the road,
could lead to
you can't.
conflict
Look at the eyes
between
on it.
police and protesters.
Police want protesters to move south, starting at Hyde Park and moving to Belmore Park. But the Palestinian Action Group says it isn't budging from Town Hall.
This is a man who has incited genocide in Gaza. This is a man who represents all of the atrocities that Israel has carried out in Gaza for the past 2.5 years. He should not be welcome. If he does step foot here, he should be arrested and investigated for those crimes.
But late today, here at the Supreme Court, the lawyers here for the Palestinian Action Group launched last-minute legal action against those extra police powers granted by the Min's government.
The powers that these laws give police are really extraordinary.
It's expected more than 5,000 protesters could attend the Town Hall rally. Mark Burrows, 9 News.
And Mark joins me now from the Supreme Court, where the Palestine Action Group is launching late legal action against the government. Mark, has there been a breakthrough?
Not as yet, Peter. I've just been inside the courtroom and things are moving very slowly. The judge in this matter says there will not be a decision on this challenge to the police crackdown until at least tomorrow. So, as it stands, this large rally will still go ahead, going from Town Hall, moving up to Parliament House, and that would put it directly on a collision course with police.
Every shift.
Look at all this, look. It's the last few days. What's going on, people? The last few days I've noticed, I've been bombarded. I know that the AI bots have got a bit to do with it. But wanting to recruit more people, they're creating more of a us and them and they. Not we, there's no we, there's just us and them. There's no justice, it's just us. And just them. Having a main character moment. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. You know what? You know what I think they're manufacturing. Bondi everything. It's all a plan. It's all in the plan, Stan. And what comes with things like this? What comes with protests and rallies? Pushback. What comes with that? Violence begets violence. More violence begets more violence. And it just escalates and it grows and it creates a problem. And then what? Let's have a look at Italy right now, shall we? Cooler heads have got to prevail, people. Violent clashes broke out in Italy over the weekend between leftist anarchists and police, leaving over 100 officers injured. Let's just pick that apart, will we? Violent clashes broke out in Italy over the weekend between leftist anarchists and police, leaving over 100 officers injured. Okay. Let's cut the bullshit, Sky News. Violent clashes broke out in Italy over the weekend because of manufactured fucking protests that just got everyone's angst up. And it's not leftist anarchists, it's Italian people against Italian fucking fascism. Against world fascism. We've had enough. Sooner or later, people push back. How many times do you push someone before they shove back? Push me, shove you, oh yeah, says who? Leaving over 100 officers injured. Okay, how many Italian people were injured, hospitalised, arms broken, shoulders dislocated, bloody-nosed, fat-lipped, teeth knocked out, black-eyed, thick-eared? Come on, when there's 100 officers injured. Well, obviously somebody got injured in the process of that happening that weren't officers. This is what they want, people. Why? So they can put us in a lockdown, you gronks. The cops are too stupid to see it. They see, oh, challenge accepted. Because they're fucking idiots. Footage from the riots in Turin shows anarchists dressed in black confronting police with several objects being thrown at the officers. This is sponsored anarchist, people. This is what happens, right? This is what happens. We showed you that last video. Right, the first bit of footage. That is sponsored anarchism. Ask Malcolm Turnbull where you get people from. He manipulated an election with it. Central casting, Guardian News. I've got videos way back, on the way back, I'm showing a few weeks ago, where I found actual full-on proof evidence of that. It's in the Guardian News. There's articles on it. In the Guardian News. It's not made up shit. He was busted. Nothing happened to it though, nothing come of it. Know what else causes it? Know what else causes it?
Brothers and sisters, we're building the first masjid in South Buffalo City, and I have an amazing update.
If that is not racist, what is it?
This shit!
I've written to the Senator with regards to Senator Payman and her...
And by the way, that's not Islam. That wouldn't be put up with. That's not allowed. That's not Islam. That's not a Muslim. That's a Western convert. That is not. That Muslims are not impressed by that shit. Not a traditional real Muslim. They're not impressed by that shit one bit. You carry on like that, you create these problems, and then you wonder why you have problems. Sorry. What would Shahid Bolson say about that? What would Brother Malcolm X say about that? What would Muhammad Ali say about that? Even any Christian with a cool head, what would you say about that? You can carry on like that, of course something's going to happen to you. What? And then you're going to come running expecting a man to rescue you. You're bringing... They bring... Western converts, as far as traditional real Muslims and Islam is concerned, those clowns are bringing shame. They do nothing but bring shame upon them. They're ashamed of those people. They're thespians. A thespian is an actor. They're putting on a show.
Eligibility in this parliament. I have received a letter back from the President with regards to this, and I believe that this documentation should be tabled there in hand so for everyone to see and know what this correspondence is about. Later today I am moving a notice motion for it to be put to the vote by the Parliament. This get referred, that it must be referred to a committee as was set up. Under the situation, what happened with many senators in this place, regardless of what political party, their right under Section 44 to stand in this Parliament. So what is happening now is I see it is as a protection racket by the Greens to protect Senator Payman. That is not what this place is about. Why is someone being treated totally different than every other senator in this place? And these documents should be tabled so everyone can see what they state in them, and which I think is very important, even for the people of Australia.
I don't know. Tell us, Pauline. You know. You work for government. You work with her. Do you go to work? Listen, do you go to work at a company or corporation? Still having the main character moment. Speaking of thespians, what do you reckon, Panda? Well, that's what I reckon. Come here, puss. Come here. Hey? Ow. Ow. Aw. Right. Do you go to work and not know what's going on at work, like with your workmates? Let's use the fiberglass industry, for example. Here in Tasmania, you've got Ron G's made Penguin Composites. Corrosion Technology Tasmania, which is a branch of Corrosion Technology Australia. Now, they purposely actually share contracts, and they leak contracts to one another, like quotes and estimates and tenders to one another, to keep everybody in the loop and everybody in contract with government contract. It's all part of the G group, the G roundtable. They have a non-poaching agreement between them too. To go and work for another one, you have to quit that job first. You can't apply for another one unless you've already quit the job with the other fiberglass company. Why? Well, for two reasons. One, it ensures that they keep all the contracts between them. Two, it ensures that they all stay in business. So there's a good and a bad scenario in that. The good scenario is it keeps people employed. The bad scenario is they monopolise the entire fiberglass industry. Nobody can really get a foot in the door, and there's no fiberglass trade union in Australia, so they all come under sheet metalwork trades assistant wages, which means they all get paid shit. Shit money, but at least they got a stable job, because not many people like working with fiberglass, you know. Parliament House, same deal. You think that each party doesn't know what each party's doing, and you go to a council meeting. They have a 1 hour dry run. It's a 1 hour workshop. Goes from 6 until 7, and then the public meeting starts at 7. The dry run, the 1 hour workshop, is so they can work out how they're going to run the meeting so that it all goes their way and to plan, and they don't get stuck having to answer questions that they don't want to answer. Yeah, so do you think Parliament's any different? It's how it runs, it's how it works. They all work in the same building for the same place, government. They're creating the problems on purpose, people. They want you to riot, they want you to protest, they want things to escalate to a point where they can justify a martial lockdown, a martial law lockdown. When it comes and all your Q-tards go, oh look, Donald Trump's come to save us, the digital walls will be slammed down around us. And we're all screwed. Why? Because you follow dickheads like Scott Challen. They bring the protest in, it's all sponsored, and everyone else joins in thinking, yep, I'm joining a good cause. No, you're not. No, you're not. What you're doing is you're manufacturing your own fucking downfall. It's called gaslighting people. It's called social engineering to manufacture consent. Now you're starting to understand why Bondi happened. When the martial law and all the bullshit comes down, who's going to stand up to it? They're making sure that nobody can come out with any guns except the criminals. No law-abiding people are going to have any guns. The only people that are going to have them are going to be the cuckoos. And there will be no good men with a gun to stop a bad man with a gun. Because don't for 1 minute think that the police are going to be on your side. Hell, they won't even comment on whether they think drag queens should be in schools or not. Oh, we can't comment on that. So, in other words, you don't have a brain of your own. A conscience. I'm sorry if I seem angry. I am a little bit. I'm angry because all these people are going to fall for it, and I've already just told you what the outcome's going to be, and then when the outcome comes, you're going to go hop up and down and go, oh, they're picking on us, why did this happen? You fuck around and play silly games, you're going to win silly prizes, aren't you? Anyway. We're going to come out of the other end of this, and the cooler heads will prevail. And you're all going to be like, you have your tail between your legs at that point. if they can create enough problems and we'll go into martial law lockdowns and then we go into a wartime economy, regime change, right? We end up with captured countries, captured regimes, regime change, bam, one world order. The one nation, one world, one government order. Figured it out yet or what?